Hello there. I've just come down for a walk along the beach. So this morning we're out at 6 o'clock and we went along the woods, and it was gorgeous sunshine, glorious sunshine. And then you're watching all these bloody chemtrails zigzagging across the sky, and now it's just all grey, But if you look over, you wouldn't be able to see it on the camera. It's not that good, but I can see the Cheviots there. So it's clear enough up that way, going north. So you can see the Cheviots, which is like the border between Scotland and England. So I'll let you have a look at the sea. I'll have a look at this. So there's a nice sailing boat out there. Look, should get me spirit level out. Have a look. You probably can't see, but there's Janine there down there. I thought I would come up on the dunes to do a bit. It's too noisy on the sea, the shore edge, with the waves. They're not very big today, but it's still just too noisy. You'd never hear anything. But yeah, she's down there paddling in the sea. She likes to paddle in the sea to ground. So we've been out in the back garden grounding and healing on the earth this morning, and we've got a little mouse to actually sit out with her in the garden, so he sat and stayed with her for a while, which was nice. He's still very, very nervous. It's I think it was at the end of August when we actually got him, so nearly a year, but he's still incredibly nervous. But yeah, so Janine's down there. So we generally, right, as weird as some people seem to think it is, we generally do everything together and always have done for a very, very long time, for over 30 years. We've trained together all the time, still train together all the time. We don't go to the gym on our own, we go together, we do everything together. When I was fighting, right, I was over in France, I was on the TV, fighting on the TV in France, and 10 rounds. And you can see, like on there, that Janine is in my corner. There's people take, they go into a fight camp and then they go and get like the coaches. But I had Janine, and my two sons. That's who I had. And then the same thing when we went to Belfast. And that was like live on Sky Sports. Another 10-round fight there. And again, Janine in the corner. She actually got told off for shouting too loud because it was live on the Sky TV, Sky Sports. It's quite funny. But yeah, so we've always done things together, and right now we're in the middle of this 2 courses. One of them is for healing, energy healing. Janine is very, very good at it, and I'm trying to learn bits. And also still with the meditation, I'm going to put a link to the meditation. We do it with Thomas every Monday. I had him on the channel, did an interview, but I'll put the link in as well. You should all get meditation, and he helps you. And then you get a recording of it, and you can keep doing it over and over. So it's really good. But not really sure. I was just thinking when I went down to help with this court case, and it was way before that, and I was in Wolverhampton. Yeah, Wolverhampton. That's near Birmingham, isn't it? I think that's the one. So it's got to be like nearly 2 years ago. Getting close to, anyway. And I had done these, a lot of these training courses, you know, live ones with like the guy from the United States, all on, you know, clearing debt, as well as like, you know, the accept for value and the 1099 and the mortgage challenge and everything, you know. He's been going for a very, very long time, years, you know. I mean, he was talking about certain people that ended up getting put in jail, something along the lines of accessing the treasury account. I'm not going to say their names. I think they might actually just be out now. Well, and I don't know how it happened or anything like that. Obviously, I wasn't there, but they were, and he was talking about it, and he was talking about they did it without being a secure party creditor, so they ended up getting put in jail. Don't know what was true or not. I don't know. Wasn't there. But anyway, so done a lot of stuff with him over the years, and oh dear me. And but then together again, me and Janine, and we went on to this really good course. Now I'm going to put a link into this one as well. This one's actually like a debt course. Now I probably shouldn't, because I think somebody's been a bit naughty boy, but I'm going to put it in so you can see it. And I would suggest that if you want to know more about it, a lot of people probably already have done it, but you should go on to, I'm sure it's Gaia.com, but I'll put a link on anyway. And it's an observation deck where Robert does his channel, and you can see him talking about it. He calls it the Debt Masterclass, a masterclass. And you know, I had done like the debt bomb. Now a lot of people kept trying to share that on the group, you know, because they got like the PDF or whatever it was, the ebook, and I kept deleting their posts and saying, "No, you can't do that. If you want it, you've got to go buy it. It's not a lot of money, and it's not fair." You know, he did it. Give him some money for it. So I actually got it. There was the 3 ones that I got as his ebooks, you know, and they're very, very handy, very well laid out. So you get like the templates. And what you should also do if you want the templates, right, this is like the conditional acceptance and everything, okay, because you always do a conditional acceptance, you know. You should get that book from, I'll put the link in for that one as well. Well, I don't know if I can get a link. It's on Amazon though anyway. So like PM, can't remember the name now, Hayes is it? But you know, the title is unimportant, how to get out of debt without paying a penny, or something along those lines. But I'll put it properly in anyway. So you should go and get that book, because he's got a lot of templates in there as well, and they're all conditional acceptances. Okay. And now with Robert's one on the masterclass, right, and if you do that one, that's like a little bit more money, but I recommend it. I do. The videos that he's got in there are very good when he did it live, and then you know, you get all of the instructions on how to do it and the challenge notices. It's very long, and he's got a lot of supporting stuff with it as well, you know. I think Gangsters in Suits or something like that. But if you go on the Gaia.com, I will put the link in, and you can have a look, and you should get them all, because it's like quite in depth. Now they use a lot of like the court rules, okay, civil procedure rules. So what I did is actually got the book, the green book, so you can cross-reference. Now you can do it online, there's nothing wrong with doing it online, but it's a bit of a pain going backwards and forwards all the time, so I like to get the book just as a bit easier. So part of that course though, right, this is the thing which is kind of like made it really tough, and a lot of long work, not hard work but long work on, like Roberts was just saying, like on the masterclass, you know, how to set up like a debt consultancy business. I thought, sounds like a good idea. So we had done it, all the notices and everything, just like for free. We'd always help for free. And I thought, well, you know, you could actually do a good service, you could do that. And it was like, you know, and he had a good idea on how to actually do it, like 3 levels or something along that lines anyway. And can't see where she's gone. And anyway, so I thought I'm going to set that up, so and try and do it that way. So you know, so what you done, you paid like the fee, and then, but do you know what? I didn't really lay it out very well. So that was about, I'm telling you now, it's got to be close to 2 years. Now I'm actually still assisting people, the same people from 2 years ago. You know, because I didn't say how long it was going to be or how many letters I was going to write. Some of them I've put like dozens and dozens of notices. I don't think it was meant to be like that, but there you go. I stuck myself in it, you know. So it was just a flat fee, a donation I should say, flat donation. And then, you know, I would like do these notices and everything like that. But if you've ever tried it yourself, you'll know from yourself that the some of them are very tenacious. These debt companies, they can just go on forever and ever and ever, you know. And some of them we've just closed down immediately. Some of them with 2 letters. The biggest one that I closed down, right, with those notices, conditional acceptance, all right, blah blah blah, was nearly £250,000. Successful one, very good. So he was very happy. But some of them for a couple of £100, and they're still going on and on and on. And you know, and I'm still having to do it because I didn't really put a time limit or anything on it. And it's what you got to watch is as well, these people, some of them are hideous liars. All right, a lot of them around, isn't there? PRA, terrible. And they actually do try and push, you know, because what if you're doing a conditional acceptance, the whole sort of like ethos of it is that you can't go to court because there's no controversy. They still push to get you in court. They do. And I know a guy close to me, nothing to do with me whatsoever, it's purely coincidence that we're talking about it once, and he got taken to court, and he'd done the same type of stuff, right? So the conditional acceptances and all of that, and he went to court, and they found against him. I mean, no proof of claim from the debt company. That's the thing, absolutely no proof of claim, and the judge still found for them. Obviously I wasn't there, I don't know what happened, but I'm just saying, let you know. But anyway, so these conditional acceptances that Robert got on his course, absolutely fantastic. Some of them very long though, very detailed, very you know, covering every aspect of everything. So, but maybe police flying up there, probably going to shoot some more dogs, eh? You see what lies can actually bring about. Yeah, hideous lies can bring about death. See that, what the police did, you know, because of a lie, someone telling a lie, and then ends up with death. So that's what happens when lies get used, and you know, and you end up with hideous things like that happening. So lies can result in death. You should bear that in mind. Anyway, so on these notices, like, you know, I mean, absolutely amazing, but very, very, very long. So what we try to do is shorten them. So all the stuff that we'd had from the other courses that we're done with the guys from the US and everything, and also from another guy down in London as well, who's been at it for a long time. He's given me tons and tons of stuff. Some of it I'm not allowed to share anywhere, and I wouldn't, you know. But basically we just made them shorter, you know. But if you ever want to know where they're from, just go onto the link I'm going to put, and you get the masterclass, and you can get the debt bomb, and get all of it, and you can read them all for yourself, or go to that book. The title is unimportant, you know. So that's, you know, that mixed with the other stuff from the United States and from the guy in London. That's what we have done, and that's it. No matter what anybody actually can say. So, and you know, the thing is though, that it's actually been very, very good. I'm going to go and switch this around and have a look at the harbour on the boats. Hiya, you alright?
Yeah, not bad.
Tide's sort of like basically half in. It gets a little bit higher than this, but the boats, it's tidal and the boats sort of like all lie on the mud. But like, you know, when we're doing like on the banking system, if you also get a hold of, like, I'll put the link in as well for like that Tom Schaff as well, so we studied him quite a lot, and you know, on his book, the Secret Banker's Manual, I'll put a link in to that as well. And with all of that there, you should actually have, I'm talking about unsecured debt here, by the way. I'm not talking about mortgages, I'm not talking about you know, unpaid fines or council tax or anything. That's different ones, okay? But like on the unsecured debt side, it's a massive amount of information to help get rid of any of that. Not that I'm saying you should if you want to do it, but there's the information there, so you can get a hold of all those courses, plus the free books as well, like the links that I'll put in for like Tom Schaff, which is up there free for everybody anyway, you know. I think we've got lost a bit here, and I don't have a key to get back in. Oh well, never mind. But like on the conditional acceptance stuff, right, what you're actually doing is you're not telling them you're never going to pay. What you're saying is, I'll pay you, absolutely no problem, as soon as you prove that you actually have a claim against well, us, right? We always use that, us. When we're doing it to a bank, you notice the difference. You'll see, when I'm doing it to a bank, I always use, because when they're looking at sort of like the information from like the banker's manual and everything, the banks themselves use we, our and us. So we and our and us being the bank, whereas you've got you, and that's what they use. You is the customer, and you don't want to be you, do you? Who would want to be you? The debtor. I'm on my own. So let's have a look at the mouth of the actual, wow, this is just the little one. This is the new way, the harbour, this one, the little fishing boats. As you can just see there, there's what they call the cut there, and that's where the ships and everything used to go in the 1700s, apparently. Yeah. And that there, that pub, the King's Arms, nice little building. That there used to be the foreman's house in the 1700s. This place, this island, this is actually an island because of the cut there. That there was covered in houses all the way there, you know. In the distance there's like Blythe Harbour. There used to be a submarine base in the war. And the beach. Don't know where I've gone. Don't know where Janine is. But yeah, on the conditional acceptance, like, you know, you're just saying, prove that you actually got the claim against me, and I'll pay. So you're not refusing. Okay, that is the important part. You're not refusing, you see. And when I do it, if I was dealing with something like HMRC or, you know, something along there that they're actually saying you owe them a debt, you know, then I wouldn't use we, our and us. Okay, I would use I a man. I in a lowercase with the head still on, remember? So you're not making it the capital I, decapitated, dead, the dead entity. You're making it the living I a man. I'm just looking, there's motorbikes on the beach. Not only should you not be there, but you're going to knock your engines in. But never mind. I don't know where Janina's. They're gone. That's all. So the conditional acceptance is kind of written not only as I a man compared to like we, our, us, but it's written kind of back to front when I do it that way. So, you know, and it will be stated differently, but it's still a conditional acceptance. Some people sort of like panic and say, why are you making an offer to pay? It's still just a conditional acceptance. I'm not making like an offer to pay, like, you know, oh, how owe you money, I'm going to pay you. Alright, the way we actually state it. They're electric. It's not a motorbike, they're electric bikes. Oh, there you go. I'm going to go down here again and see if I can cross over the bridge on my own. And then maybe go home. But I can't get in, I haven't got the key. Right, but you know, like we say, like, you know, we don't, if it was I a man, say, you know, it comes to the attention of I that you believe I may owe a debt. We do not believe a debt is owed, however, as an honourable man, I have £20 per month that I could pay towards a debt that you can state 1 is true, 2 is due to you, and 3 is post due. Okay, so it's still the same type of thing on a conditional acceptance, just written a different way, and people panic a bit, but it's still just a conditional acceptance. We're not saying we are going to pay you, we're saying prove it's a true debt. And it's post due. Now what it means at post due, you've got to have all the proper notices sent to you to be post due. They can't just send you, which is what HMRC always do, right? Pay this 30-40 grand now, you know. Isn't it? Isn't that what they do? You know. So, but it's still a conditional acceptance. Now all of them are written out like in that masterclass, Debt Buster masterclass that he's got. That I'll make sure the links in there to like whichever, how you can actually buy it. And you know, and between that, the Secret Banker's Manual, and then get that book from Amazon. I'm sure he's called Paul. But you know, so if you combine all of that, you will have a hugely powerful set of tools to combat unsecured debt, which is, you know, bank loans, credit cards, that type of thing. All right, let's remember, this is, you know, I know people do mortgage challenges and everything like that, but it's like it's just a different way to do it. All right, just so you know. Now there is, you know, between all of those different sources there, that's where we have got the stuff that we generally use. Now, a lot of it, to be honest, like now, was going from the guy in London, because it's like we wanted to make it shorter, and right, we do not do assistance to anyone anymore because it just takes too much time. Like I say, I'm still doing notices now, It's got to be virtually 2 years, man. You know, and I'm still doing them for people, and I'll have to for however long it takes. You know, because I said I would, without really putting down any kind of thought into how long I would do it for and how many letters or notices I would write for them, etc, etc. So I'm kind of stuck in it. Definitely they're getting their money's worth, that's for sure. But it is what it is. So at the end of the day, right, they might be able to say, well, that's like my book, like that's on Amazon or anything like that, that's for sure, or that's my debt masterclass, that's yours for sure. Of course it is. That's why I'm telling people to go and buy it, right? But nobody owns a conditional acceptance method, and nobody owns like you know, the word the, or conditionally accept, or anything else like that. But there you go. So what you would do if you do have debt and you wanted to do it, right, have a look at those courses, but you'll see first thing you're going to do is you're going to send them a conditional acceptance, and you're going to do it under GDPR compliance. I'm not going to show you all the notices. You can go and get them courses and you can see how to do it. So a lot of people would call it a DSAR, data subject access request, or they send it back and they say it's a subject access request. Same thing, it's a conditional acceptance, all the same. You're asking for this specific details, okay? And when they don't give you it, because they can't, because what you're actually asking for, if it was a debt that they're trying to say that they've bought, then they would have to have a deed of assignment. And they don't have a deed of assignment because, you know, they don't buy the debt, they buy your data. They're not allowed to buy your data, but they do it all the time. And they say you buy the debt. And you've got the case law, all right, that shows them, you know, from, I'm sure it's Lord Denning, but it's anyway, have a look on the case law, it's all in that masterclass, and they are saying that the debtor must see the deed of assignment, even if it's redacted, to have, because that's what they say, I can't give you it, it's got sensitive information in, redact the information. Okay, all of the references are all in there, and all of the references are on the civil procedure rules as well. You can buy the book, but you can get it second hand. I get all my law books are all second hand. You know, get them from these Adobe books, I think, but also you can get a lot on eBay, because I mean they're quite expensive, some of them 700-800 quid for some of them, but you can get them for way less, you know. So anyway, so when they don't reply, they've actually broken GDPR. Now you can actually, if you wanted to, you could then put in a claim against them for breaking GDPR, and it's the withholding of the data is the thing. Alright, the withholding of the data. Let's have a look here. In the harbour, it's going out, that's the new bit. So you can see there with a little mermaid on the edge. There, that's where the cut is, where the ships used to go. I'll show you that in a bit. They're going up to the river, that's the woods underneath the bridge there. You probably not see it with this camera, but I can see with my bare eye, you know, the Cheviots up there. It's certainly nice. It was a gorgeous sunny day today. 6 o'clock it was. Yeah. So like when they actually reply and haven't been GDPR compliant, you can then send them a second notice saying you haven't been GDPR compliant. We're going to report you to the ICO unless you supply this within 7 days. The first one you do, the DSAR, you've got to give them 30 days, a month. Okay, but the second one you just have to give them 7 days. And then if they don't reply, then you can report them to the ICO. Now they're not going to do like any major things, but once they've actually like agreed with you that they haven't been GDPR compliant, that's all you want. And then you can push on with your claim if you want to do a claim against them. You know, and none of them are ever GDPR compliant, ever. Alright, but this, like, you can actually go on and to do a claim against them for distress, and I think it's under Article 82 of the GDPR, because you know they've been misusing your data or not supplying you the data that was requested, which they haven't got, you see, and they haven't got a contract with you, and they haven't got any original contract, because we know that they actually sell the security instrument. So, you know, but they still get away with it quite a lot. See, PRA, they're really bad. Chase people up to court and everything. A lot of people pay just to get rid of them, you know, which is not really fair. Let's go and see if we can go around the other side of the actual harbour. Yeah, so I mean, after you've gone your notice, the second one for the GDPR compliance, then okay, you can you got to report them to the ICO, like I say, because you know you want more complaints going in about them anyway. And then after that, you make sure you file your complaint to the ICO, and then you would send them what I call like a letter before action, and you're going to tell them that you are going to push for prosecution, you know, because you want some compensation. And so I'm sure somebody sent me a link with some information on it, like about how somebody did that with the council for withholding their data, because it's the same thing, the data agencies. I'm going to show you. Be careful here, there's the cut. So it's like a, well, they've blocked it off at the end now. All them rocks never used to be there, they filled it in quite a lot. They've got the little bridge here, you know, girly swinging on the swing there on the pipe. So that's been cut off, so this is now an island, this part here. So there's one house that's still on the island. I think it's actually a holiday home, but they used to be full of houses, all of this, and all the people used to work in the bottle factories. So if you look over here, you hopefully can see on the other side of the bridge there, alright, it's got that church, you can see the big red cross thing. Behind that used to be all these bottle factories. So they used to make bottles there, and then out of that harbour they used to deliver loads of coal and the bottles, and also salt, because there's salt plants further up as well. Apparently, if it's all true, you know. But on here, I don't know if you can see with this, not that great a camera, you'd have to have a real close up. You can see the cuts right on the stone with the, getting all the cuts with the pickaxe handles, or pickaxes I mean, and or hammers and chisels, something like that. Definitely marks on it though. Yeah, yeah, but I'm sure that one, that when he'd done the claim, it was against the council. I'm sure it was an N1 he's done in a small claims court. Can't remember what he got, which is, I don't know, I think more than 10 grand. But little birdie having something to eat. But yeah, so you know, you can do that. So you've got the letter before action as the next one, and then I did one for my own debt actually, and these were pestering me, and it wasn't even a lot of money. I don't even know what it was for. It came out of nowhere, this claim. Anyway, but it was with Moorcroft, and I actually got through, and the next notice that I sent was a notice of intent to prosecute, an NIP. You know, and that's when they actually dropped it and went, oh, you know, well, this is, you know, close this case or whatever it was. But it took them all that time to actually stop. You know, so I had done like the first ESO, the second one, which is the ICO, and then I reported them to the ICO, And then I'd done like the letter before action, and they still kept coming, and I did that notice of intent to prosecute. Got a lighthouse here. Don't know how clear that would be for you. St Mary's Lighthouse. Get a lot of seals who live over there, and here, believe it or not, you do see like a lot of dolphins all year round. You know, you see the windmills. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. There's windmills out there, ridiculous things. It's a nice coastline, very nice, a lot of cliffs. Yeah, lovely. That used to be the watch house. There's a little museum in here that they used to have the watch house to launch the lifeboats. No, it didn't launch from here, but they would like signal from here that there was people in trouble. A lot of ships got sunk around here. There's one of the pubs over there called the Astley Arms, and I think that was one of the lords that come down from the de Lavals. His name was Astley, but so there's a pub, but there's a bottle of whiskey in there since the Second World War, and it was from a submarine crew, and they had won a raffle, something like that. So they'd won a bottle of whiskey, and but they'd had to leave, you know, because there was a submarine base along the road there at Blythe Harbour, and they got sunk and everyone got killed, and it's still there. They've just kept it in there. Sad, don't it? Yeah. So anyway, there is how you actually could get rid of the debt. And the thing is, what you do get, I think what you should do as well is have a look at the latest one that Robert's done as well, which shows you how to try and, oh, there's a jet ski flying out, stop them when they're pestering you to death, you know. But I'll put all the links in so you can have a look. But basically, you're going to be looking at doing the conditional acceptance, which is the DSAR, data subject access request, and then you're going to do the when they don't get a proper response, because they can't respond properly, obviously. Then you're going to do the second one, tell them you're going to report them to the ICO. Then you've got 7 days, and then after the 7 days, report them to the ICO. And then if they continue, then you can do the letter before action, which you give them one last one, the notice of intent to prosecute. And then if they were still going, then you would actually keep all the evidence, because you got to send it all by signed for first class, or special delivery, or whatever it is that you want to do. So you've got a record of everything that you've sent, you've got a record of everything that you've received, because a lot of times they send you nonsense. You know, a lot of people panic when they get a whole, like, you know, shoebox full of statements. That doesn't mean nothing. Absolutely craziness. You're just trying to scare you and put you off. And then after that, you continue on. So where was I? So you do like the DSAR, then you do the ICO, then you do the letter before action, and then you would do the oh, there's Janine over there. She's on the other side of the island. And then do the notice of intent to prosecute, and then you would do, with all of your evidence in a big bundle, you would do the N1 or N2 08. I'm sure this guy did an N1 against the council and did it successfully. But either one, there was a claim for either, and that's how to do it. But, like, you know, if you want to see all the specific wording and everything, then you know where to go. Go click the link and get all the information and see where all of it, all the information that's there, be it on the masterclass in the debt bomb from the observation deck, Robert, or if you go to I'm sure it's Paul Yates, I'm sure it is, on Amazon. The title is unimportant: how to get out of debt without paying a single penny. Something very similar to that. You can search on it, can't you? and then look, there'll be the links to like a Tom Schaff, so like all of the banking, the secret banker's manual, you know, a lot of great information in there. Alright, I'll go and have to see if I can catch up to her then. She's got the key, I ain't got nothing. She was walking into the sea paddling. But anyway, see you in a bit, you take care.